Hello my fellow book nerds. In this video I'm going to show you my fall reading list. Now I know in the last video I believe I said, oh, the college books video, it was that one, where I said that was probably going to be my reading list, but I wanted to dive into some fiction books and non-classics pretty much, because pretty much all I'm reading right now is classics, and I wanted to get into the books that I truly love, like fantasy and young adult and children's books. So that's what this video is going to be about, my fall reading list for, well, my fall reading list, that's all it is. Okay, but if you're new here, my name is Crystal and please subscribe to this channel. I make videos all about books and we do book reviews, we do reading lists and pretty much anything about books. So yeah, please subscribe and watch this video to the end too. Please support my channel because it really does help, and like this video. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So the first book that is on my fall reading list was actually already on my summer reading list. I just didn't get a chance to read it. It was The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman. I believe that's how you say your name. This book is obviously fiction and it's like a fantasy sci-fi-ish movie where it's pretty much like different dimensions, and this woman is I guess you could say a spy, I guess, and she jumps from dimension to dimension to dimension, finding very unique, what's the word they use, important works of fiction from all different realities. It's pretty interesting so far. I think I read like the first chapter. I haven't like delved deep into it because I started reading another book, but that is one of my books for the fall reading list. It is so far pretty good, so we'll see how it keeps going. The second book that is on my fall reading list is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. So I've heard a lot about this book, like a lot, and I thought, okay, it's time, I need to read it, and it is probably the most fascinating read, like severely interesting. I did not expect that at all. I never even knew what it was about until like I finally picked it up and read the back, and my first thought was, what? And then throughout the whole book I'm still saying, what? Like, what? It's so weird, but it's really fascinating and funny and entertaining, I must admit. I'm almost done with it. Like, I got it like last week, so it's, you know, it's pretty good so far. I like the cover, I think it's funny. I honestly thought it was like a serious book because it's a classic, right? So you think a serious book. It's not at all. I think it's so interesting, but and I'll give you a book review afterwards. Maybe I'll think about it. I'm still doing Arriaga for book reviews. Okay, so the other books I do not have with me because I'm going to be slowly buying them as I finish these books, because if I buy everything all at once, that's a lot of money, so I prefer breaking it up. Okay, so the third book in my fall reading list is The Fifth Season. That's what it's called. Yes, The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Now, as I was searching up books for my reading list, I was like, I want a really good fantasy novel where like it's like the end of the world, apocalyptic type thing, and I came over this one and I was like, I'm also kind of tired of the whole woman movement type thing, so like woman power. I was kind of getting bored of it, but then I came along this one and I read it. I read like the description of it and it intrigued me because it's not a teenage girl, for one, it's a mom. I'm like, yes, that is amazing. Have a mom fight through hell to find her daughter. I love the idea. I think that is great, and I think this is going to be one of my favorite books, I think, because it just sounds so cool, and I like that it's a mom. I just love that idea that it's a mom and not a teenage girl. I mean, I love Hunger Games, don't get me wrong, I love all those books, but it's kind of getting overwhelming, so I like that it's a different twist to it. So The Fifth Season. Okay, so the fourth book on my reading list is by one of my favorite authors. Michael Crichton is just amazing. I love him as he's definitely one of my favorite authors. So I saw that he came out with a new like series, I guess. It's called the Andromeda, but I haven't, like, I don't remember the book that came out. But the book that I'm gonna read, it's the first book, and then there's the second one that came out, is the Andromeda strain, I believe. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I just love all his books. I'm like, I want to read a new Michael Crichton book. The only book that I didn't like from him was State of Fear. I love his books, and I just wanted to put one of his books in my fall reading list. I'm not even completely sure what it's about. I think it's about a disease, I believe. I completely don't remember. But anyway, one of my favorite writers, and one I highly, highly recommend. I believe this is the 6th book. I don't remember. But I have been recommended this book a lot, and I've also heard a lot about it, and now there's a show about it. So I'm like, I mean, and the show even has David Tennant in it, so it's more than likely a very good book. And it's Good Omens. Woo! It's Good Omens by, I forgot their names, Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. Ha, I remembered. So I've heard so many good things about this book. Like, it's a whole end of the world demon and angel working together to do something, like, to, you know, prevent it or something like that, and find the Antichrist, apparently, because he's gone missing. It's a very weird twist to, well, the Bible, and yes, I am a Christian, so I'm like, we'll see how this works. Like, there's been so many stories already, like, with the whole apocalyptic type thing, so we'll see how this one is. I'll let y'all know. I didn't like American Gods that much. It was a little too much for me, but we'll see how this one is. They say it's funny and it's really good. So, I mean, and David Tennant is playing one of the main characters, so I kind of love him. I think he's amazing. So definitely gonna read those books and then eventually get into the show. Okay, so I thought I have to put a self-help book in here, or a growth book, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. And I have a bunch of those that I want to read, but I finally decided on one called Mastery by Robert Greene. Yes, Greene. And one thing I've been really wanting to do was hone down on my skills, specifically on writing and storytelling. So I think this is a good book to really figure out how to master that craft, right? So that's pretty much why I chose this book. I know there's a bunch of books like that. I also wanted to choose a book on focus, but I didn't find a really good one. So yeah, so I chose Mastery for that reason. I've heard it's a good book. It's massive. It's like severely thick, but I can't wait to read it because I really want to grow in that aspect. Okay, so that is my fall reading list. Plus, oh yes, in fall I love rereading Harry Potter. It's just like, I want to make it like a tradition where when it's fall, just reread Harry Potter because there's such good books. So I'm going to be rereading Harry Potter as well, and also there was something else. Oh, all the stuff that I still have to read for college. It's not gonna go away. But anyway, that is my fall reading list. Let me know what you're reading for fall, and maybe I could add those on my winter reading list, because I feel like in winter I'm gonna read a ton more, especially because we're gonna be inside more. And yeah, definitely. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below, because subscriptions literally mean nothing. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.